Hey, what's up guys, Davis here, and today I'll be comparing the Galaxy A56 5G right here to the new Tecno Camon 40 right here. So I'll be comparing these two in a speed test and give you guys my thoughts on how they compare in other aspects as well, such as the camera, speakers, and the software experience. Yeah, so the Galaxy A56 here uses the Exynos 1580, while the Camon 40 uses the MediaTek Helio G100 Ultimate. They're both running on their latest software. The Samsung running on One UI 7 based on Android 15, and the Tecno running on iOS 15 based on Android 15 as well. Right, so I think I want to talk about here is the pricing. To bring things into context, the Samsung starts at around $350 for the base variant, and the Tecno starts around $170. So Samsung is really almost twice as expensive. So let's see how they compare in a speed test. Starting off with phones, so both these phones actually have something in common. They both have very big camera bumps, so they rattle when I touch them. Something that you guys will notice. But let's go ahead and start. So starting with phone, I think that's a tie. I have Zedge. I think the Tecno had that. Faster. Settings, tie, camera, tie, Instagram. I think Samsung had that. Chrome, Samsung, Play Store. I think the Tecno had that. GG, Samsung, YouTube, Samsung, Spotify, Samsung, KineMaster, so Samsung opens that faster. Let's continue to up. So you can go to settings here and compare and see device performance. So as you guys can tell here, the Samsung can edit much more. You can edit up to 4K, while the Tecno can only go as far as 1440p, which is QHD. Right, you can edit more layers of 1080p here on the Samsung, and also edit up to 2 layers of 4K. So that's really impressive. Let's go ahead. So I prepared a project, like a simple project here. So these two can, export and see. And we see which exports it faster. You can look at it and see how they will compare in terms of export speed. Once these ads are done running, skip. Alright, so let's compare and see. You're going to export on both at once and see. So this is at the top, you have the Camon 40, and at the bottom here you have the Samsung Galaxy A56. So let's go ahead and export and see. So go ahead and say save video. Once we skip, they should start. 1, 2, 3, go. Let's see which exports it faster. So the Samsung is done fast, as you guys can see, as expected rather, and the Tecno is still ongoing. So yeah, Samsung is significantly faster, as you guys have seen, as expected anyway. The 1580 is much faster processor than the MediaTek Helio G100 Ultimate that you get here. So that's for the video export. As you have seen, the Samsung is faster in that aspect. So let's go ahead and see. Let's go and use that very video and see how they compare. So let's also compare how they sound. So So both of these phones have stereo speakers, but let's see how they compare when you play audio. So starting off with the Camon 40 right here, we'll be playing the same. Play that again. Let's have a listen to the Samsung here as well. Let me raise the volume. So, in my experience, the Samsung is significantly better when it comes to sound. Right here, it's not even close. But I don't know what it will sound like in the video for you guys. But here in real life, I can see for certain Samsung is significantly better when it comes to audio. Right? So let's move on to the games. So as you guys have seen, the Samsung is significantly faster there. eFootball. Samsung still. Moving on to Call of Duty. The Samsung is better that as well. So lastly, 3D Mark. So as you can see here in 3D Mark, Samsung was first to open obviously, but the results that I have here in my comparison, Samsung is significantly better with an average frame rate of 29.43 versus 8.18. So significantly better and also more stable. Very stable in the performance right there. So when it comes to performance, it's not even close. The Samsung is significantly better, and even in real life, not software experience, I think the Samsung is better, as we're going to talk about. Right, so let's go ahead and try out apps in the background and see how RAM management is optimized for both of these. So we're going to start off with Zedge. Both seem to reopen it. Let's go to settings. Samsung still has that in memory comfortably. Instagram. Samsung does reopen it. Looks like it reopens it, but it opens it up faster. Chrome, both reopening. Play Store. Samsung still has that in memory. YouTube. They both seem to reopen it. Spotify. Samsung looks like it had it in memory. Master. Samsung still has that in memory. as well as the Tecno here. FC Mobile. Tecno reopens it. Samsung still has it in memory. eFootball. Both restart the game, which is not that good performance. Call of Duty. Both reopen it. That's actually not impressive. Not too impressive. But still have 3D Max, so that is it for the speed and RAM management test. You guys can make of it whatever you see. And in my experience, like in real life, the Samsung is going to offer better performance. You know, it's going to have better support in games as compared to the Tecno here. But yeah, you guys can make of the results what you want, as you have seen. So for the full comparison, the other aspects, I'll say that for design, the Samsung is really much better with this metal and glass design. The Tecno is all plastic, but obviously you have to remember the price. And for the display, still I think they're very close when it comes to the display. The Samsung is much brighter outdoors in my experience when I was testing. So cameras overall, the Samsung is better. You know, they have a similar main camera at 50 megapixels, but the ultra wide is much better on the Samsung. Even the main is actually better, especially in low light. Samsung outperforms the Tecno significantly in low light, and you can also record 4K videos on both the front and the back, which you can do on the Tecno here. So when it comes to the cameras, it's not even a competition. Yeah, the Samsung is a better one. Even the photos that I've taken, especially those taken in low light, you can tell that the photos from the Tecno are a bit more grainy. I don't know if it's to do with the algorithm, but yeah, in my experience, the photos taken on the Samsung are better. And the other notable difference here is the IP rating. This has IP67, this has IP66, and you also get eSIM on the Samsung here. You don't get eSIM on the Tecno. So for those that are wondering which features you miss out on, you also don't get 5G, because this is the regular Camon, not the 5G variant. I think if I had to compare this to the 5G variant of this phone, it would be more in line, but yeah, I'm comparing it to the Camon 40, the regular Camon 40, so it's an advantage for the Samsung. It has 5G and also has eSIM support, something that you don't get on this. You don't get 5G, no eSIM. And the chipset is also significantly faster, as you guys saw in the video rendering test. The Samsung significantly outperformed it. The speakers are much better on the Samsung, as you guys have heard. Better bass, cleaner sound overall. So last thing I'll talk about is the haptics. So overall, the Samsung is a better phone. Obviously, considering this twice the price, almost twice the price, you would expect it to be better. And would I recommend the Camon 40? I think the software experience is really much better on the Samsung compared to the Tecno. So for me, yeah, it's obvious here that the Samsung is the better phone. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.